Galveston Hurricane, Texas. September 8, 1900. One storm, a wall of wind and water struck without mercy, and the city of Galveston was left in ruins. This is the story of America's deadliest hurricane, a tragedy the nation would never forget. In the summer of 1900, Galveston stood proud by the Gulf, a jewel of Texas, unaware of the darkness gathering beyond the horizon. It began as a whisper, a distant shadow at sea, barely noticed by the city's watchful eyes. The tide crept higher, the wind spoke in a new voice, one of warning. The Gulf sky darkened, as if the sun itself retreated in fear. A warning was given, yet few could imagine the storm that approached. It began softly, a sprinkle on the rooftops, the breath before the roar. By nightfall, the winds had teeth, and they began to bite. The Gulf rose in anger, striking at the city with a fury long restrained. Lights went out. The night belonged to the storm. By midnight, streets were rivers, and the city began to drown. One by one, the homes fell, as if the sea claimed them back. The church bells rang without hands, their song a cry in the tempest. Galveston was no longer on land. It floated in a sea of ruin. In the darkness, courage shone. Hands reached for hands, refusing to let go. At the orphanage they prayed, voices lost in the roar of the wind. Then came the final wave, and Galveston was torn apart. By morning, the storm had passed, leaving behind a silence too heavy to bear. They searched, calling names into the stillness, hoping for an answer that never came. The dead outnumbered the living. Over 8,000 souls were gone. In the wreckage, kindness endured, the human spirit unbroken. Help came slowly, but it came. They began the work of the living, clearing the bones of a city. The sea had claimed too many. The earth took the rest. From splinters, they began again. They vowed never to face such ruin again, and so the seawall was born. Galveston rose again, but it would never be the same. The memory lived on, carried by the wind and the tide. And so the storm of 1900 became more than history. It became a warning.
You've been listening to the World Nature Podcast, brought to you by Boldcraft Studio. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.